now. We've already seen Fury play this evening. Fury is quite the punisher. He is quite the aggressive attacker type of guy.
Yeah, he definitely does, you know, aggression and offense. You know, he can be offensive, but you know what? Sometimes he's also kind of defensive. You know, sometimes he holds shields. Sometimes he, he dashes away. SadSack, you know, plays Falco. I'm sure we'll have an interesting set, right?
I'm sure we'll have an interesting set.
Fury's Fury's the favorite, right?
Yes.
Probably favorite to win this. But you know, anything can happen, right?
Yes, anything can happen.
Sometimes you beat somebody who, you know, no one really thinks you beat. That like when you tell them, they think you beat somebody else.
That's an astute observation. So now we can see there's a lot of kicking and jumping. I think that's great. That
is a thing. You know, every move that Fox has, and I think Falco, except like jab and down tilt, they use their feet.
Lots of
and special moves,
lots of kickers.
Right? Like every move.
Yes.
They don't really use their hands that much. They jab with them. They don't really do much else with them. Like, why even have them? I feel like in the future, right, they just have like a stick for the jab.
Yes.
Because no one does a second jab with them, really.
Oh yeah, no.
And then they just become feet. Like, you know, like Hitmon Lee.
Yes. Sure.
That's what they're gonna become. I think we're gonna see 2 Hitmon Lees, like, you know, when they evolve.
I would say so. I will say it is interesting because regardless of what they're doing, I think it's very interesting that SadSack is obviously trying to match Fury's level of aggression. You can really see that coming into the way that he's really, really going hard, not really exactly letting up, and it's interesting. I haven't seen SadSack.
SadSack with the lead right now, right?
Oh yeah. Well, and I haven't really seen SadSack play before, but it at the very least seems like he is bringing that in, especially to maybe what he usually brings.
I mean, currently he's up 2 stocks, right? That was great pressure from SadSack in the corner.
Have you seen SadSack play?
I have played SadSack.
Okay, and what's that like? Has his playing differed significantly from what we were seeing?
So like I feel like with a lot of people, the way they see SadSack, right? And I would say I do as well. Is that he kind of uses laser, right? He plays that like that laser heavy neutral.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's not campy. It's just that he's just trying to control space, right? The space directly in front of him.
He takes up a lot of space, so to speak. Sort of like how in The Interpreter of Maladies by Junpa Larini, I believe her name is, she writes a lot about people who are not sure how to exactly exist in the spaces that they are given. They are afraid to make themselves too big or too small. And that is an interesting literary theme that we can draw into this analogy, because both of these players know exactly what kind of space they take up on the screen.
But I think SadSack seems to, you know, have a better idea of whether he's too big or too small right now.
Between him and Fury?
The Falcon switch, right? Okay, so that's going to be an interesting choice, right? I presume this is best of 3.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And then, Dreamland, it's a good pick. What did SadSack ban? This is best. I mean, I didn't think they had time to ban anything, but
I don't think they did either. But
maybe Stadium. Oh, Stadium. Ban Stadium. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. So, do you think that Fury can bring this one back? Because
yeah, I think Fury absolutely has the. Oh, but not like that. Not with that SD, right?
Yeah.
I think
I'm not so sure about
Fury, you know, looking to somebody else, looking towards the direction, maybe the camera, maybe another person.
He's looking to smash some super, so to speak.
And that's rough. That was like, you know, he could have just held ledge and he would have that stock still.
He would have had it,
wouldn't have that stock. But
unfortunately, that was not to happen. Unfortunately for him. However,
and the down smash read, you're down 2 stocks. You don't need to be doing like those kinds of reads. But I mean, you know, he can do it.
Well, and I think something that's really interesting is Fury is, I don't think he's entirely ready for someone to match his style, and I know that's a bold thing to assert, but I wonder if how SadSack is playing back at him with his exact techniques is throwing him off just a little bit.
That was a really quick 2-0.
Well, that's